Hi everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you would like to buy any of the products that are in this video, you can buy them through me at the address at the top of the screen. My project today is a little squirrel box that holds some Crunch and Munch, which is similar to Cracker Jacks. It's like a toffee with peanuts popcorn. And thank you, Karen, for this suggestion. You suggested Cracker Jacks, but I found Crunch and Munch in the big bag, so that's what I wanted to use. But you could put Cracker Jacks in here or any treat boxes that I make. What I put in them is just a suggestion, or gift boxes. You can put whatever you like in them, obviously. All right, this box measures 4 1/4 by 3 by 1 1/4. And I use this new stamp set. It's Nuts About Squirrels. It has 2 different squirrels, some leaves, an acorn, a branch, and a couple of sentiments. This is from the new mini catalog that is going to go live on August 3rd. If you don't have a catalog, I sent everyone that purchased from me in the last year a mini catalog, and if you would like one, when you purchase from me, just send me an email and say you don't have a demonstrator and I will send it to you. Okay, so we need the Nuts About Squirrels stamp set, the layering circle dies for this sentiment that says Nuts About You. I also used the Peaceful Prints Designer Series paper, which I'm going to show you. This is a Christmas paper, like a holiday themed paper, but I really liked this Sahara sand background for this fall project. So there is a punch that cuts out the deer. Okay, there's a deer punch, but I just wanted to show you the paper from this that I'm using. This is really pretty paper too. Sorry, some of it's out of order. And then this is the one I'm using today. Alrighty. I also used some linen thread and some fine art ribbon and the matte decorative dots that are in the new catalog. There's a bunch of inks that I will go through when we use them. And let me show you what we need today. We need a piece of the DSP that is 3 1/4 by 9 3/4. And we just wrap this around the box, which is pretty easy instead of doing all the separate sides. Alrighty. We need a Sahara sand circle for the sentiment that is 1 1/8 inch, and the scallop circle that's a little bit bigger, and these are from the layering circle dies. We need a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock that is 9 by 7 1/4. A piece of, well, this is what I stamped the sentiment on, and then I cut it, but I already stamped it, so we didn't have to do that. But I'll stamp it on here again. And some basic white for stamping. All right, so we're going to start today with the box. And we need our pumpkin pie cardstock that is 9 by 7 1/4. And we're going to start on the 9 inch side. And we're going to score at 1/2, 3 1/2, 4 3/4, and 7 3/4. And then we're going to turn it to the 7 1/4 side, and we're going to score at 1 1/4, 5 1/2, and 6 3/4. Okay, now I'm just going to fold and burnish this. And while I'm doing that, if you would like to become a demonstrator and join my team, right now the kits are $99 for $125 worth of product. Plus, if you join during Celebration, which is August 3rd to September 30th, you get an extra bundle of your choice for free. Okay? And you don't have to continue if you don't want. If you just want to get the special and then not continue to be a demonstrator, that's fine. Or if you want to continue and start to sell or just get it as a hobby for you and your friends or your family, you could do that too. Okay, my plug's done. This is what we want to do. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this skinny rectangle and this one and then wedge a little. We just have to make tabs out of the bottom. We're going to leave the rectangles alone. We're going to make tabs here and get rid of that. Alrighty, so we're going to start with the skinny rectangles on the top and the left-hand side, and we'll start at the bottom of the left-hand side. We're going to get rid of this rectangle on the bottom, cut it up straight, and then wedge a little above it. Okay. We're going to keep the other side of the rectangle straight. Okay, skip the square to the other side of the rectangle, make that straight, and then we're going to wedge a little bit out of each side of the squares to make a tab. Okay. Just get rid of that little piece there. Okay. Then we're going to go to the other side of this rectangle, keep that straight, and then wedge the square to make our bottom tabs. All right, so that's what we did there. Now we're going to turn it so that the skinny rectangle is at the bottom and on the right-hand side. Now we want this square to be a tab, so we have to get rid of this rectangle on the bottom. So we're going to cut straight to the second score line. Take off the bottom rectangle and then wedge the square. Okay, now we don't need this piece because this piece over here to the right is going to be our flat, so we don't need these two rectangles. So I'm going to cut to the second score line, just fold down this flap so it's out of your way, and take off these two score lines. Okay, so that's that. Now we're going to get this square into a tab, so we're going to cut the side straight up to the second score line, get rid of this top rectangle, and then wedge both sides of this square. Just a little bit so that it fits in nicely when you try to close the box. Now this is going to be our top flap and the piece that closes inside the box. So we want to keep that straight. So we're going to get rid of this square and this rectangle. Put them straight and then wedge a little bit above it again. Okay. Now what's left of the skinny rectangles is on the left and the top. See? So that's what we did. Now we need the detail trio punch, and we're just going to round the corners of our flap. And this is what your cardstock should look like after you've scored it and cut it. All right, now we're going to put the box together. We're going to put some tear and tape on the skinny rectangle that's on the left-hand side and put it as close to the score line as you can get it without going over. And then I'm just going to peel the backing off, flip it over, fold the side with the tape over, and fold the other side to meet it. All right. So this is going to be the back of the box because that's where our seam is. So we're going to close it. Whoops, before you close it, I forgot, you could do this beforehand. The piece right here that does not have a flap on it, that's the piece that you want to just take a tiny little wedge out of. It's just so that it's easier for them to see where to open it. It's easier to grab it with your finger when there's a little hole there. Alrighty, so this is going to be the back. So we're going to put the sides and the back, and then this one is the one we want to put our tear and tape in on the inside. Now, depending on what you're going to put in, if it's something heavy, put 3 strips. If it's something light, 1, medium, just whatever you feel. You could even use liquid glue if you don't want to or don't have the tear and tape. Or Seal Plus is good for cardstock. Right, and then just make sure everything is nice and square. And there you go. And that's our box. And it will fit. Now, everyone always asks me where I got these bags. I bought these bags a while ago in bulk. They're called lip and tape bags, and this size is 3 by 5 inches. You can usually find them on Amazon. Right? I just got a big box of Crunch and Munch, where you could get any other caramel corn that you like or toffee, and I put it in the bag. I got the bag so that I could get a bunch out of one 99-cent purchase. Okay, now we need our DSP that is 9 3/4 by 3 1/4. All right, just lay it even in the middle of the box. And first, I want you to just gently make fold marks on the front sides here. Make sure it's even. Okay, and then take it off and fold it so that it's straight, and then just crease it. Okay, now do the other side. Just going to make sure that it's nice and straight. And I'm going to crease it. Alrighty, and then that's that, and then just pick it up. And you're going to wrap it around the back and crease those. And then do the same thing. Just take it off and make sure that it's nice and straight, and then just gently crease it. Okay. Alrighty. And then just make sure that you have the front of your box is going to go right in the middle. And I'm just going to put a tiny bit of liquid glue just to keep it on there nice. All right, so the front of my box is right here. I'm just gonna put it on. It's not going to be completely, just a little bit in the middle so that it binds it. And then you can just decide which side you want under and which side over, and I'm just going to put a little glue on both sides here. You could always leave it loose if you wanted to, but there's really no reason for them to have to take it off to get to the gift. Oops. Okay, and that's the box part. All right, now we're going to do some stamping. And first we're going to do the squirrel. All right, so how I did this was I took Tuxedo Black Ink and I did the outline. And I just put it on there. Okay. Then with Pumpkin Pie Ink, I'm going to do this part, the fur. Foot right here. Okay. And I just kind of line up the feet and the ears. Make sure that the top is good. It just kind of lines it all up if you check at least 3 parts to see if you have it in the right spot. Okay, now for the bottom of the acorn, we need some, I don't know if you can see, there is a tiny little cutout for the hand and the point. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. But for this, I stamped off. So I stamped off on scrap first, and then I'm just going to find the point and the hand. And I did it a little up, but that's okay. Okay, now we're going to do the top of the acorn, and I think I'm going to stamp off again. just so that the little lines on the acorn show through. There we go. Okay, this one I did full strength, and I like that on this one you can see the lines. All right, and that was early espresso, which we still need. Okay, so that's the squirrel. Now we need the branch, which I'm doing an early espresso also. Okay, and we need the leaf veins. All right, and I'm just going to put them wherever I want. I'm going to do 4 leaves. So I'm going to do one up there, and I'm trying, see, I came a little short, but that's all right. The rest of the leaf will cover that. And I'm trying to fit 4 in. So they will probably come out a little bit different every time that you stamp them, but that's okay. All right, now we go through a bunch of different inks. For the leaves, I used Mango Melody, Daffodil Delight, Pear Pizzazz, and Calypso Coral. Alrighty, so I did one of each, and then I cleaned off my leaf. Where's my little leaf? There it is. All right, so I'm going to do the Pear Pizzazz first. I'm just going to put that, and I just line up the veins nicely in the leaf. And then I'm just going to clean off my leaf, and then we'll do Mango Melody. I'm going to do that here. And then I'm going to clean it off. And I'm going to do Calypso Coral. Now you could do all these one color if you wanted to. You don't have to go through this. But I kind of wanted them all different for the fall. And the last one I did was Daffodil Delight. Now this set doesn't have dies, so you either have to fussy cut them, or some people have a scan and cut, but I don't have that. So I've already fussy cut them out for us, so you don't have to watch me do that. Okay, so now I just need, first we'll do the squirrel, and I'm going to use some dimensionals. And I'm going to put him, oops, right about right here. Okay. Now for the branch, I'm going to have it kind of going around the back of the box. So I'm just going to bend it where I want to. And I'm going to put mini dimensionals on the leaves and then glue on the stem. You could just cut regular dimensionals in half too, if you don't have the minis. I feel like I didn't get one off. I did. Okay. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue, especially on the end that's going to curl around the side of the box. Right there. Okay. Got a little extra. Be stingy with the glue so it doesn't squirt out all over. Digest it. Alright, and now I already cut it out, but I'll do it one more time. I'm going to do the Nuts About You with Tuxedo Black. You could do this with early espresso if you wanted to. And then I just cut it with the, what did I say? This was 1 1/8 inch circle, and then I cut a scallop circle just a little bigger. And I'm going to just put a little glue on this and stick that together. And I have a 1/8 inch hole punch, which I just happened to get, I think, at Walmart once. It's not the regular big one. It makes a 1/8 inch hole, but you could put a bigger hole if you can't find it. There we go. Whoops. Okay, while that's drying, I have my fine art ribbon, whoops, right here. And I just lift up the box, put this through, and then close it. And then I'm just going to tie a bow. Still think that's too much. There we go. Go. Alrighty. And this is from the annual catalog, the ribbon. Alright, and then I'm going to take some linen thread, and I'm just going to tie it around the sentiment and then the bow. So I just made a loop, stuck it through that hole, opened the loop and put the loose ends through it, and I'm just going to tie it right around the bow. And they don't have to take the bow off or anything because everything just opens up. This is a cute little gift for the fall. Could be Halloween, could be Thanksgiving, or just a fall present. Fall favor for something. And that says Nuts About You. And then for the final touch, I used our matte dots and my Take Your Pick tool. And I just put them 3 on the top, all different sizes, and then 3 on the bottom, all different sizes. Oops. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this project today. As I said in the beginning, if you need any Stampin' Up supplies, my address is at the top of the screen, or if you would like to join my team. If you have any questions, my contact information is below, and all the measurements are on my blog, and that is linked below also. Thank you so much. I appreciate you watching my channel, and welcome to all new viewers and subscribers, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.